Welcome to the Panic Button, everyone. I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie, and I'm fat.
Stop it. So sex testing is being implemented across many sports bodies, if not all, like the Olympics and so on and so forth. And it's making the men pretending to be women drop out of these competitions. I think we all know why. But their answer is a little sus. So we're going to go over one clip where a trans woman is dropping out of their female volleyball world championship. They're dropping out of it because of sex testing. And you're going to see the face of this trans woman and the reason he's giving as to why he's dropping out. Obviously, not even trying to even a little bit pass as a lady, just full-blown dude out here duding it up. And this was the reason he gave why he's dropping out. I feel these regulations lack transparency and do not provide the fairness athletes deserve. Every athlete deserves to compete in an environment that is respectful and equal. To protect my integrity and avoid unnecessary risk for the team, I have decided to step back. Now, what did you say about that specifically?
That the statement is what we're saying, minus the one word. What was it again? To protect my integrity, right? Mm-hmm. Was that it? I feel these regulations lack transparency. If I was talking about sports before sex testing, I feel these regulations lack transparency and do not provide the fairness athletes deserve. Every athlete deserves to compete in an environment that is respectful and equal. To protect the integrity of the sport and avoid unnecessary risk for the team, this person has decided to step back. But I think that people should decide to step back to protect integrity of the sport as well as the safety of the people they're playing with. They should be playing with equal members. Mm-hmm. And I believe that him being included in women's volleyball is not equal, just like Leah Thomas in swimming is not equal.
Or that...
Therefore, you're risking
those two boxers that beat up women in the Olympics.
For you to say that it's protecting your integrity, I feel like it's just a shot. You're not actually protecting your integrity, or you never would have started playing women's sports.
It's true.
Because you would have been like, I do not have the same build, the same background, the same life experience as women do. So why am I trying to play with them as if we have?
Now, when men were competing in women's sports, and women were very upset about this, including us, you could pretty much use the exact same quote against
their argument, yeah.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I said, if I were to be saying this without sex testing.
I feel these regulations, or the lack thereof, lack transparency. Mm-hmm. Meaning you're not saying these are actual dudes, you're saying they're women. And they don't provide fairness because you're allowing men to compete with women.
They would say that emotionally it's fair. I would say physically it's unfair.
Right.
Am I wrong to say it that way? Does that not make it the most clean and cut and dry?
Well, sports are physical, unless we're talking about chess. But sports are physical. You use your physical body in order to compete, and those physical bodies have to be female.
I was looking it up to see what sex testing is. And yes, there's a history of them like lining up women to make sure they didn't have penises. Mm-hmm. And there's a history of them being more invasive. But today's sex testing is a blood draw.
Technology.
So I understand that historically they might have done it wrong, but that doesn't mean we don't improve. Did your stove always exist? Did they not make electric burners to make it safer and easier? Don't we improve on things? Make it easier to tell. So get your blood drawn. You do it anyways. You have to get it done to be in sports. Mm-hmm. You literally have to get physicals and blood work done to be involved in anything like this to begin with. So it's not that big of a deal. You're doing this stuff anyways.
Well, it is to them.
They would do the same thing to check you for using performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah. PDEs. That's why Lance got all his medals and trophies taken away.
Right? And I think that these people should be looked at in a similar light because they're doing the same, but almost worse because they're jumping in. That's someone in the sport already trying to get ahead. This is someone jumping in to say, hey, wait, this will be better for me.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else.
As you can see,
that ain't no fucking lady. That is not a lady. That is a full-blown dude who is saying that, oh, I have to step back because they're doing sex testing and that hurts my integrity. When really it's like, no, dude, you're not going for the sex verification test like everyone else has to because you know you're a freaking dude who's cheating.
these people are ridiculous. He's not even trying.
Not even trying. Didn't we say that this was going to happen? Rem, we said this was going to happen. We said that self-ID was going to be such a thing that these guys won't even try anymore. They're just going to be full-blown men saying, I'm a lady. I can do whatever I want. I can compete with women. I can go in their spaces. All that happy horse cock-a-poo-poo. And, well, surprise, surprise, what the left said would never happen happened. Obviously, you can see it's a full-blown dude. There's no femininity there at all. But of course, the retards on the left will be like, "Oh, that's a woman. Trans women are women." Well, you know you're you're insulting yourself. You're pretty much saying you're a dude too. Are you a lady or are you a dude? Do you know the difference? I can tell there's a big difference. That's a dude. Get it? Or you're retarded. You're retarded.
I'm a woman. Would you take a test to prove it? There's no need for that attitude. I'm leaving.
You just blew your own spot up.
It's just a confession. It's just a confession. I know that I'm in the wrong. Well, even if you don't consider it in the wrong, you still should see that it's in the wrong. You should see that this is something that wasn't fair and it's being equalized. And honestly, we've said it a million times. Put together a trans team. People would love to watch that. People will watch it in droves because who knows what's going to happen on Tranny Island next week. People would love to watch it, and it'd be like Love Island, but trans.
Although I do think a lot of people would make fun of it.
But
could you imagine
the money that
like trans women competing with trans men?
Yeah, people would love to. People will pay and watch. It doesn't matter if they're signing up; they're doing the sport. If you want to do the sport professionally, we'll make a league, and then you guys can do that. And then if you guys don't feel like it's safe, then maybe you can finally understand what we've been talking about the whole time.
And allow betting. Allow betting. I'll put some money on the trans women.
Oh, all the money has to. That's unfair. That they'd have to be like. It'd be like sports that we're not familiar with, because it'd have to be like wait for these like little men to get in there. You know what I mean?
Like what?
There's giant women and little men. If we're like following their ideology, right?
Yeah.
So you have to like. You can't just have. You either have to co-ed the teams. You know what I mean? You still have to like your dunkers are the trans women, and then you're like.
Well, see, with them, they're like, well, trans women are women, so trans women can compete with women. So all trans women who are women should compete with other trans women, and then trans men who they believe are just as strong as trans women compete with each other, and then they go head to head, right?
Like a grand finale?
Grand finale. Trans men, trans women. Who will win? I'm placing my bet. And I know I'll win.
I think that's how March Madness works, isn't it? It's like a, what do they call it? A racket. And then you tear off until you like end up at the final match again.
Final countdown.
No copyright.
Anyway, you have anything else to say?
Made me so sleepy.
Made me sleepy. Okay, like and subscribe, everyone, if you have any information you want to add to the conversation. Put it in the comments below. And do you believe this is a woman? Do you really?
This has been the Panic Button, and I am fat.
And so am I. Have a good day.
Crawling, hard in love, I'm falling, sneaking, stalking, follow you wherever you go, creeping, crawling.